Hi, welcome to Live at the Pastor's Office, again today in Pastor Keith's office without a pastor. I'm Jill Felch, the COO here at HCL. This is Jill Weltzine, the CFO, and we're here today to talk to you about what's going on in the back office right now, and just kind of introduce ourselves. I first came to HCL via the primary school. My daughter was 3 and she was going to the primary school. And I thought, if so many good things are happening there, if those things are happening at the church, I want more of that. Upon coming here and making a first visit, I became a member. My daughter is now a 6th grader, so I've gotten to experience the mission and love of HCL through the school, as well as worship and other ministry opportunities here. I took a job here at HCL after spending several decades in corporate America doing global project management and process improvement and change management. And I came aboard, definitely part of God's plan more than mine, and I'm so grateful. The last position I was in was the director of IT, and then February of this year I was moved into the chief operating officer role, and I'm very excited and very blessed to be serving here in that way. So now I just wanted to talk to you about my team and what's going on operationally in the back office, just to kind of let you know how we're spending our time and what kind of great progress we're making. So it has been a really big year at HCL. Moving from 3 campuses into 1 has had a tremendous infrastructure impact, both for staff, for students, and for volunteers. We're coming up right on 12 months. At the end of this year, at the end of this month is 12 months of being in the new single location. Last year was very, very busy. It was riddled with change. We had some difficulties that we worked through, but this year we have so much to celebrate. So many things went right. So many things got resolved. We learned a lot about each other, and we learned a lot about our new building. And I just want to talk about all of the people who are instrumental in making that happen. In each of the teams. These are teams filled with content expertise and servant hearts, and we're very grateful for each and every one of them who could be working anywhere else but choose to serve here at HCL. First of all, we have some volunteer coordinators. We have Worship Life, which is Maria Mackey, and she coordinates all of the volunteers with the worship team to make sure everything outside of the sanctuary is going well during services. So that's parking lot, information counter, it's greeters, it's concierge, and a host of other things. We also have a servanthood coordinator, which is we're very close to making an offer on, so this is going to be a great opportunity for another new team member. Again, these folks not only schedule volunteers, but they make them feel like a very important part of the team, which they are. We could not perform as many services as we do and do as much outreach and other things without key volunteers. So we are so grateful for these folks and their hearts that are breathing into these volunteers, showing them how important they are every week. Buildings and Grounds is led by the very capable Brian Held. His team is also Michael Wright, Olivia Nordstrom, Chris Arneson, Justin Held, and Bob Romans will be starting the team this week. These folks set up, they tear down, they do special projects, they clean up after the kids' lunch. They manage and maintain a building that is almost 100,000 square feet. Buildings and Grounds lost a number of hours when we were trying to get all of our staffing within budget. And so this has been a big year to decide what can we accommodate with our existing staff and what do we have to outsource, more of one-shot kind of projects. So there's been just a lot of discovery in that area on exactly, what's the tipping point in terms of what we can handle and what is just too much. We're also not just adding headcounts. We're being very, very future focused when we're looking at any kind of long-term sustainability in terms of headcounts. So right here, that's what we're seeking wisdom on regarding that team right now. But again, a very busy team, and they have very big hearts. They're the ones that get pulled in every direction at the last minute when anything is going wrong here. So very grateful for them. The IT team is Susan Schramm, Ann Terlion, and Adam Schmidt. Adam is part of a long-term partnership we have with a third-party IT firm, and they do all of our network administration. It's a great partnership. Again, they come with servant hearts, and we're so happy that he's a part of our team here on site every Tuesday and Thursday. This last year, there was a huge expansion of wireless. We overhauled the hub room that was about 20 years old, and that has all the equipment that runs the network, the Wi-Fi, the photocopiers, the security system, the phones. We have a second hub room now in the new school building, so we have to make sure that they're communicating properly. We've installed a new phone system last year to replace our antiquated technology. We have new networked photocopiers. We have multiple printers. We support 600 devices. So that is a combination of Macs, iPads, Windows machines, desktops, and laptops. So that primarily is school. Some of them are for volunteers, and some of them are for staff. We have 30 smart boards, as well as other audio-video equipment that we support. And there are about 3,000 accounts that are held by HCL students and staff that are primarily managed by Susan Schramm, who is Dynamite. And that allows all the kids to get into all their learning tools, and all of us back office folks to get into all of the different content we need to be good at our jobs and support all of the forward-facing ministries. Security has been a very big year. We needed to turn an eye towards safety and security in this day and age. It's becoming a bigger concern. And so Kelly Johanning has been the project manager who engages all the right people with content expertise in this that we don't have right now in-house. And so we've had some really good partnerships this year. She brought in an outside vendor to establish a baseline emergency response plan. All of that's documented. It's posted in every room, and all of the teachers and staff are trained on that. We also have a partnership with a security firm that provides us on-site visible security here during Saturday night and Sunday worship services. And we've also implemented a security system that is a combination of door locks, cameras, and now everybody gets badges and fobs. So we can very much keep our folks safe. We keep our kids safe during the school. We do controlled people, going in and out, so we know who's here at all times. So again, Kelly's done a great job of creating a lot of something out of nothing. So it's been just a huge accomplishment this year in that space for sure. Our communications team, Robin Hendrickson and Joanna Neff, lend their content expertise and their creativity and very good humor in the space of making sure everybody's informed of what we do. So we've done everything from Joanna's redesigned the web page, making sure the look and feel is friendly, making sure that it's very obvious to know where to go to find the information when you need it. She makes sure that we have a social media presence and that we're consistent in how we're portraying ourselves and the kind of messages that we're giving, that they're very aligned with the visions of all of the pastors and the worship folks. We're figuring out how to get the greatest reach to congregants and community members using social media and print material. Robin does an outstanding job in the area of graphic design, making sure we have engaging content, that we have the right amount of information and the right information for all of the different ministry and outreach events that we do here. And there are a lot of different ministries that these two folks support, so super grateful. In the office, we have Julie Crow, who does all of the facility scheduling. Anytime you need to use a room, understand the setup of the room, tables, tablecloths, anything specific, technology in that room, Julie coordinates all of that. And that is a big job, and there's a lot more people involved in that process than you'd ever think. And she's dynamite at it. She also is really key in making sure we're onboarding and offboarding all of our staff properly to make sure everybody has what they need physically and from an account perspective. And then we have Teresa Heisey, who is the face and the voice of the church. weekdays, Monday through Friday. She's not only a receptionist, but she serves a number of other functions here. She makes sure she's doing appropriate gatekeeping, making sure that the right people are in the right places, making sure that people are directed to the places they're supposed to be. She manages delivery, she manages mail. She's a provider of information to countless people who call and stop every day, as well as being an assistant to anybody who needs extra help with her with any project. So again, another big, huge servant heart from Teresa. Just to wrap up, we realize in the back office that we stand on the shoulders of giants, that there's many people who have served in these roles before us, and that we just hope in this chapter that our biggest contributions are getting more rigorous processes and procedures here. So we're not just building individuals and their skill sets, but we're building the HCL infrastructure here, not just short term, but for long-term sustainability for health in the back office. And our biggest goal is to not only serve in that way, but to serve joyfully and to love what we're doing, because everything we're doing is extension of kingdom work and serving the Lord, and that is why we all choose to work here.
Well, talk about dynamite. This is a tough act to follow. I am Jill Weltzine. Like Jill Felch, I spent about a decade in corporate accounting. I did public accounting where I met my husband. I came here about 2 years ago as the accounting manager. I saw the opening one day in the bulletin and right away knew that this was something that I should pursue. My husband and Dan and I, we weren't members here. We came to a friend's wedding and we just fell in love with HCL, and shortly thereafter we were engaged and joined the church and have loved it ever since. We've got 3 kiddos who are here in this school. Feel so blessed that they could be here at this school. And then when the opening came up for the accounting manager position, I felt so lucky to even be considered and then be picked. Like Jill, I was raised up earlier this year into the CFO role, and I feel so fortunate to be here and to be able to help do God's kingdom, his work, like Jill said. I've got a great team helping me too. So my area kind of covers, we do finance and HR. So in my team, I've got Cherie. A lot of you have probably talked to Cherie. She's the wonderful lady you call if you need your year-end statement. So she handles kind of offerings every week. She works a little bit with baptisms. She's kind of does a lot of things, sort of a jack of all trades, if you will. And she helps me in the accounting side with invoices and things like that. Rebecca Kurkowski, who a lot of you probably know, she does a lot of things too. She helps with the volunteer space. She helps with the worship life space, some of the decorating in the sanctuary, and then she also helps with some of the accounting in the back office. And when I mention the accounting, I mean for the church and the school. So it might seem simple, but it's actually a lot more complicated than I ever would have thought coming here, but it's been great. And then we've got Melanie Roberts. She's got 2 girls in the school. She helps really on the benefits side. She's kind of our benefits expert, and then helps a lot with payroll and a lot of the billing. So some of you may have talked to her who have kids in the school, and she's helping streamline that process within TADS. So we've made a lot of progress with TADS, moving over to that program in the last couple years, but always looking for more efficiencies. And so this is my first year really working on the budget. Some of you may know we've got the congregation meeting this Sunday. Jill and I will be there along with Pastor and Principal Amling. So this is my first year really doing the budget from start to finish. And it's been a really good learning opportunity. We've been able to work together with all of the ministries and just really partner with all of them and see, what are your plans for the next year? How can we get to where you want to get and, make the numbers work? And it's been a really great process. It's been really good for me to learn, to learn what some of the ministries do. Sometimes I get a little stuck in my accounting world, and so it's been great to learn, what's going on in confirmation, what's going on in communications, what's going on in children's ministries or high school ministries. We've got so many wonderful people here, like Jill said. So this being raised up to this role it's just been great to learn more about what HCL does, and I feel lucky to get more time with Pastor Speaks. Being around him and watching him speak to groups, small groups, large groups, I'm just always amazed at how well he communicates and just puts his words together. Quite frankly, he's really great to watch and to work with, and it's been great working with him and Jill in this new role, and Principal Amling and the pastors and everybody in the ministries. So we'll be there on Sunday. I welcome any questions then or thereafter. Look forward to meeting a lot of you. Bear with me, it'll be my first time presenting the budget, but we're excited to let you know kind of what we have planned for the next year. So that'll be fun. A couple other ways I'm involved at HCL. Mentioned that we've got the 3 kiddos here. I also spend a little bit of time on CPAL. Surprise, surprise, I'm the treasurer for CPAL. I am a girl with a calculator. So we're always looking for people on CPAL if any of you parents are interested. This year, Patrick Doherty, he's pretty smooth. He got me to come along on the Wildcat Open journey, so helping with the finances of that too. So we've got that coming up in June. Yeah, a lot of great things coming up. Really excited for the Ties and Tiaras dance.
Yep.
My daughters will be at that with my husband. Just so many great things going on.
Yep, it's going to be another good year.